Coming up on this edition of Outlook TV, Prairie Fairy Fowl Supper.
We find out all about Whistler Pride 2016.
Your sketch is showing. And much, much more. Hello and welcome to Outlook TV. I'm Rebecca Wyman, and I have a new co-host, Robert Mackay.
That's right, and we are Outlook TV, the queer magazine show with the stories that matter the most from coast to coast.
And we are going to take you first off today to the Prairie Fairy Fowl Supper. Oh, I got it out.
Well done.
Thank you.
Wow, so it's going to be some free-range local queers.
Sound of music.
One of the year's largest GLBTQ gatherings, the 16th annual Prairie Fairy Fowl Supper, is a fundraiser for a number of community charities. The Fowl Supper's matriarch, Linda Fillmore, of the Fillmore Family Foundation, is the host of tonight's festivities.
We've been around for 16 years. A bunch of prairie boys got us all going, and they decided that I should really be their prairie den mother. And so I've been coming here every year for the last 16 years to a wonderful party for all these wonderful people, and we just have such a nice time. People think that I'm probably the mastermind, but it's a very democratic process. They all vote, and then someone decides what the theme. So tonight, the hills are alive, so people should expect a wee bit of a musical, but not the whole 3 hours. That would be too much.
You'll find your dream.
All the money raised goes to 3 charities: Camp Out, A Loving Spoonful, and McLaren Housing Society of BC.
The funds that this event raises that will help McLaren House provide 2 portable subsidies or contribute to 35 portable subsidies, which allows people to build a home and have some consistency in where they live, and that really helps contribute to their health and welfare and contributes to society. McLaren House has been going for over 20 years, providing HIV positive people with the ability to, again, a place to live and to get consistent help with regards to building that health and welfare for them.
Now here's Linda from Verna. Yeah! Verna's won the jellied salad contest.
Absolutely.
Let's hear it for
How about
Verna.
a big hand for Verna?
We like you. We just give you some money, and we've been giving money to those 3 organizations for a long time, and really we just facilitate the money because it's all these wonderful people who really it's their money, and we just give them an opportunity to give it away.
For Outlook TV, this is Karen Rossi in Vancouver.
And up next, you are not going to want to miss this one.
As we mark World AIDS Day on December 1st, we should look at HIV and AIDS here in Canada. Here are some surprising facts. There's an estimated 65,000 people living with HIV, including AIDS. It is on the rise. A person is infected with HIV every 3 hours. In Saskatchewan, the prevalence rate is 3 times the national average. And if you are First Nations, your infection rates are even higher. The government definitely has to do more education. Of all prevalent HIV infections, about 48% were men who have sex with men, while 31 were heterosexual contact, and only 17 were people who injected drugs. As of 2008, approximately 23,000 people have died with an HIV infection in Canada. Yet, it seems that gay and bisexual men, who have the lion's share of new infection rates, are not getting the message, or they just don't care. Just like how smokers ignore the horrible color photos of lung cancer on the sides of cigarette packages. Also, 87% of individuals living with HIV are co-infected with hepatitis C, making treatment even more complicated. 26% of HIV positive people in Canada don't even know that they are infected or they were infected. In the heterosexual community, this is even higher at 34%. Perhaps this is why they still think this is a gay man's disease. So obviously this group needs to be targeted with education as well. In Canada, it is illegal for HIV positive people to have sex without disclosing their status. In 1998, the Supreme Court determined that having sex without disclosing your positive status constituted fraud. The courts have persecuted people for non-disclosure even when a condom was used. By the end of 2013, more than 145 people have been charged, making Canada one of the top 10 countries in the world for arrests and persecution over non-disclosure of HIV status, second only to the United States. So now I understand why a guy I know hates wearing condoms, because he says he never wants to be tested because he does not want to be legally responsible. In 2006, Canada became the first country to persecute a woman-to-child transmission. The child tested positive for HIV, and the mother was sentenced to a 6-month conditional sentence and 3 years probation for hiding her HIV status from her doctors and transmitting the virus to her newborn. She pleaded guilty to a charge of failing to provide necessities of life, as well as additional charges of aggravated assault and criminal negligence causing bodily harm. But they were all dropped. But there is some good news. There's already a drug that could prevent transmission. Truvada, a drug usually prescribed as a first-line treatment for HIV-positive people, is now being called the first HIV preventative pill. The idea is that somebody without HIV can take a daily dose of Truvada, and if they are exposed to the virus, their chances of being infected are significantly reduced. Some say it's the beginning of the end of HIV in North America, but others are worried that it will discourage condom use. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration has approved Truvada for preventive use in 2012. Also, the first and only preventative HIV vaccine is being developed in Ontario, but it still has a long way to go. A team of scientists from the University of Western got approval to test the HIV vaccine on humans in 2011 after nearly 2 decades of research. A South Korean biotech firm is sponsoring the vaccine, but they say it won't be commercially available for at least 5 years. So what does that mean today? It means a young person with HIV in Canada is expected to live nearly as long as an unaffected person, provided they are diagnosed early and can access proper treatment. As the old saying goes, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. For the Gay Agenda, I'm Fred Camperman.
We're going to have to take just a little break now.
Time to let down our hair, Rebecca.
Welcome back. You're watching Outlook TV.
And we're here with Dean Nelson from Whistler Pride, decked out in lovely winter gear.
Yeah, I'm all geared up. We have like tons of snow up in Whistler, and it's looking like it's going to be an amazing season. And we were just voted the #1 ski resort in the world by Ski Magazine, so we're very, very excited about that. That's pretty awesome, right?
And what anniversary is this for Pride?
We're 24, so it's the eve of the quarter century, so it's pretty exciting.
So you're like half as old as Whistler Blackcomb.
Exactly, exactly, pretty much. That's pretty good. I like it.
Thanks.
I like how you think.
And you've got a lot of great events lined up by the sounds of it.
Oh yeah, we have amazing DJs coming in from all over the world. We have a DJ coming in from Israel for Snowball. It's going to be great. I pronounce his name, but I can't. We have Splash. The pool party is going to be nice and saucy and hot as ever. And we have a great comedy show that we're lining up right now. We can't reveal who the talent is because there's going to be a big reveal in a couple of weeks, and so we're very, very excited about that. And we're really fortunate that we've had the support from the municipality again with some funding to bring in this headline artist. So you have to just watch our website, gaywhistler.com, for the exciting details.
And what are the dates this year?
January 23 to 31.
Nice.
Yeah, and we have the host hotel. So we've been working with the Ava Whistler for a number of years, and this year we've been given an extra space. So a lot of our events are going to be at the host hotel. So we have our welcome parties going to be at the host hotel this year. Some of the après are going to be there, and then the 2 girl parties are going to be at the host hotel. So it's a space that we own, and we're just going to deck it up and have a lot of fun. And it's called the Cabin.
Oh,
Like, what a great name, right?
Yeah. Out
It's
in
the gay cabin.
mountains.
The gay cabin.
Awesome. And is there going to be anything special done for this quarter-century occasion?
Well, everything is building up for next year's 25th anniversary. So we're going to be doing a few interesting things on the mountain to test them out, so we can like really go big for 2017 for the quarter century. So, yeah.
Great. Well, thanks so much for being here with us.
Great. Well, thanks for having me. And if you want more information, you can visit our website at gaywhistler.com or follow us at gaywhistler.
And next, we're going to take you to Karen, who is going to the Rumble Theater show called
Cock. It speaks for itself.
We're here tonight at Performance Works to see the Rumble Theater production of the play Cock.
It's about a young man named John who's in a long-term relationship with his boyfriend. In the play, the boyfriend's named M. John's the only character who's given a full name. And they have a fight, and they break up. They take a break. And while they take a break, John accidentally falls in love with a woman. And he's never been attracted to women before. He doesn't terribly like women that much sexually, but he finds himself falling in love with her and being very, very attracted to her physically. But after time, he realizes that he still misses his boyfriend and loves his boyfriend. So he's kind of torn between the two of them, and he doesn't know what to do. So to resolve it, they decide they're all going to get together at the end and have a dinner party and put John in a situation where he has to decide which way he's going to go and what he is. The boyfriend invites his father over for moral support, and the father actually plays an instrumental part in that argument, in making John come to some sort of conclusion. I won't spoil the end to say which way John comes down, or if he does make a decision for that matter.
There's no set. So that is something that definitely makes things different in terms of how we physically interact with each other. There's no chair to hide behind or cup to busy ourselves with. So basically, we basically have each other to hold on to or nothing. And someone I spoke to actually said, because there is no set, we don't spend a lot of time grabbing each other, that there is a lot of distance in between us. And so it's really just a place to let the words find their place.
And I always notice every single show, often more than one couple, clinging to each other and just necking and cuddling and clinging to each other. And I went home and I said to my partner, yeah, this is what I'm noticing in the play, and does that mean I'm acting in a chick flick? And she's like, no, because it's a play about these really needy relationships. And my partner posited that, that's probably the people watching the play, and it's stirring up all that stuff in them, and they're clinging to each other going, oh, we're not like that, but we're all like that.
This is Karen for Outlook TV.
Thanks for joining us. We're glad that you're going to see this story.
I hope our viewers don't have anything in front of them, because they're about to be on the edge of their seat.
I'm down at Community, down on the West End. I'm here with Danny, and we have a wonderful story, so I want you to hear every last minute of it. Danny is actually legitimately changing the world with one step and one person at a time. And his story is one of courageous and inspiring.
My house turned into this beautiful place for LGBTQ folks, and the government didn't like the idea very much. Somebody reported me. I escaped overnight, literally, I heard about it in the morning. By the evening I was in Lebanon, and I stayed there for 2 years. In those 2 years, there was this person here in Canada who's Syrian Canadian. He lives here in Vancouver, who was like, how about we sponsor you to come here to Canada? And I'm like, that will never happen. And they're like, no, let's try this. And I'm like, okay. And then he introduced me to more people, and then more people introduced me to more people, until 5 folks came together to sponsor me and my partner to come here. It's difficult for refugees in refugee camps as well, because they are still within Little Syria. everybody around them have the same mentality of homophobic mentality that they brought from Syria with them.
Danny, please tell us more about the sponsorship of the lesbian who you've named Roy.
Rory and I, we met in Lebanon in 2012. She was harassed by the Lebanese police up until she had to leave the country because there was a certain Lebanese officer who was threatening her and demanding sexual favors in return for her to stay in Lebanon. She left Lebanon to Turkey, and she tried actually to immigrate illegally to Europe on the boat that she tried to get on after they drove off like for 500 meters into the water. The boat drowned, and she had to swim back to the shore. Of course, we're happy that the swim wasn't that far, so she managed to make it, her and her sister. And at the moment, we decided, you know what, the best way that we can support her is to actually sponsor her as well. I went out to my network of friends. All of them are awesome people. And 13 people came together, actually, and they all want to sign the paper. We need 5 to 7, and I have 13 people to sponsor her, which is awesome. I'm hoping that in the future, after I sponsor Rory, we can sponsor a second person and then a third person, and every group of people can actually sponsor more people. Because at the end of the day, this war might be over in 10, 15, 20 years, but the needs of LGBTQ folks over there, the needs to experience the freedoms that we're experiencing at the moment here in Canada, the right to have their true identity celebrated, those are things that I don't want to take for granted, and I would like actually to give to others in the LGBTQ community in Syria, and that's what I'm working towards. If you're interested in helping sponsoring an LGBT refugee from Syria, you can contact me at volunteers@community.ca.
It's been a pleasure, Danny. I'm Chad for Outlook TV.
It's time for another little break.
So many breaks, I don't feel like I do any work around here.
I like to put my peel right in. I'm gonna have a bite too.
Welcome back. You're watching Outlook TV.
And we're following the rainbow to the eastern side of Canada for Daily Extra with Kevin O'Keefe.
Today on Daily Extra. If you're looking for the movie Looking, look no further. It's definitely being made. And gay porn stars coming to a city near you.
Matt Stevens. I went to high school with a Matt Stevens.
Really? What do you look
Different
like?
Matt Stevens. Yeah.
I think I went to high school with that Matt Stevens. I'm Kevin O'Keefe. Here's a rundown of some trending stories from our Toronto newsroom.
Yeah, don't let little death stop you from enjoying Halloween.
Thousands made their way to Toronto's Gay Village this Halloween to celebrate. Daily Extra's Robert Keller braved the elements to check out the sexy and not so sexy costumes.
Oh, the emoji girls, duh!
Like iPhone, hello.
Have you guys been partying?
No.
Where are you off to after this?
Coda, that's where it's at.
Cool, I will definitely see you there.
Okay.
All right.
We'll see you there.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
And fans that were devastated when their favorite TV series Looking got cancelled. I'm okay. Keep rolling. We all breathed a sigh of relief when Looking's executive producer, Andrew Hay, confirmed the Farewell movie started shooting in November.
I never wanted the movie to be like a final ending to it, so I think it's just, you know, we're tying up some stories that we feel are important to tidy up. You know, for me it was very important to end Patrick's journey, I suppose, throughout the story. That was always the most important thing to me.
I only hope Patrick comes to his senses and realizes what a catch Richie really is. Next story.
Shake your booty, baby. One more time.
The rads have been removed in Toronto and Calgary, vandalized in Australia, but the gay cruising site Squirt.org is at it again. Now, full disclosure, the company that owns Squirt, Pink Triangle Press, also owns Daily Extra. So we got ringside seats at their latest photo shoot.
Oh, we'll agree. We're all a little bit more comfortable now.
Well, as long as you're satisfied.
Have you ever done pornography? No.
No, I work in corporate, so I gotta make sure I protect
my
job.
Fair enough. Protect your assets.
Exactly.
Yeah, They're worth protecting.
Squirt's new ad campaign is set to launch in 2016. For more on these stories and other lesbian and gay news, check out dailyextra.com, our Facebook and Twitter feeds, and our YouTube channel, Extra Online. For Daily Extra, I'm Kevin O'Keefe.
Robert, your sketch is showing.
That's right. Kelsey caught me and a whole bunch of extra queers on stage at XY for Your Sketch is Showing.
I'm Kelsey Smart, reporting at XYYVR at the debut of a brand new comedy show called Your Sketch is Showing, produced by Amy Wilding, where we'll see a brand new 3-part format that's never been seen here in the city.
All kinds of different rocks for you, man. Oh my God. Oh yeah. That was incredible. Yeah, the one with the tiger and the barbarian princess riding on the back, huh? Just for you, huh?
Oh my God. It's such a fantastic show. It's a mix of improv and sketch comedy. Sure, improv and sketch comedy gets mixed at other shows across the city, but not like this in the sense that you're going to come and see an improv scene. It's then going to potentially become a live sketch. That live sketch could potentially become a produced sketch. I have 3 segments to my show. You see live improv, live sketch, and produced sketches, and lets the audience vote on what they've seen. The audience is helping us create what's going to become a live sketch down the road based on one-word suggestions sometimes. So it's so great. It's very interactive. At the end of the night, I'm going to liken this to a movie or something of that cost, and we just ask for you to pay what you can. The joke is we didn't charge you to get in, but we're going to charge you to get out. So I'm locking the doors right now, and hopefully people are going to get their wallets out. What happens is I split whatever the audience donates. I just split it equally among the cast and the techs that help me out tonight.
Oh, it's fantastic. Totally unexpected, did not expect whatsoever to come to this event, and just pleasantly surprised. Fantastic, I love good improv and comedy sketches. It's fabulous. It's great, yeah.
I like to put my peel right in. I think I'm gonna have a bite too.
I gotta take a picture. Everybody knows I go to CrossFit and they don't.
Seeing the videos were really good. The film sketches were great. The selfie one was pretty hilarious and just awful. With death by selfies, you know, it's never a good thing. But yeah, and the cooking with Amy was fantastic. Love the little arm gags, you know, it's always fantastic and messy. It was messy and filthy, but I love it.
Quality right there.
You have some on your face. You're so cute. Still got it. Wow.
There's something very unique that's happening here with Queerprov and now with Your Sketches Showing, is that it's not just hilarious, which it is. You'll be entertained and you'll laugh your heads off, and who doesn't need a good laugh, right? So it's a lot of fun, but we're also really building community. Every single person that I perform with here tonight is not only hilarious, but they're also extremely loving. Anybody who has never gone to a gay bar before, we're totally welcome to everybody, to queer and our allies, so definitely come on out and be part of our community.
Unfortunately, that is all the time we have for this edition of Outlook TV, but hey, we'll be back.
And remember to like us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter. And if you're looking for more experience in front of or behind the camera, join us here at Outlook TV. We're looking for volunteers.
We're a heck of a lot of fun.
We are.
Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Rebecca Wyman.
And I'm Robert Mackay. Stay fabulous, Canada.